Just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. Into right field. It is up and gone. And no doubter for Terrence Donati. A go-ahead grand slam. And the Flamingos take the lead. Are you kidding me?
You are listening to Florence Flamingo Baseball live on Flamingo Radio, your home of the pink and white. Let's send it down to your voice of the Mingos, Bryan Miller.
Well, the Flamingos utilized their much-needed rest day yesterday, and tonight they're back in action here from Forest City, North Carolina. The first trip this season up to the Owls' Nest as they will take on the Forest City Owls for the third time this season. Their first time on the road. It will be the first of two trips up north for the Mingos. They'll be here Monday tonight and Thursday evening as they take on the Forest City Owls. Bryan Miller with you from the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday evening. And the Mingos taking on the Forest City Owls for the third time this season. The Flamingos were able to get back on track, luckily Saturday night, with an 11-1 victory in the exhibition game against the Yorktown Coconuts. Mingos were able to score often in that game, able to get 8 runs across in the first 3 innings en route to a stress-free 11-1 run rule win that they got in 8 innings. Looking for another win here, looking to break a 7-game losing streak in CPL play. They'll be going up against a Forest City team that certainly has a ton to play for as we enter the last couple weeks of the season. Forest City right in the middle of the playoff hunt in the Western Division. They currently hold the third and final spot for the Pettit Cup playoffs. They are 4 games back of the first place Ashboro Zookeepers, a game behind the red-hot Macon Bacon, and they are 1 game ahead of the High Point Thomasville High Toms, again for the third and final spot in the CPL playoffs in the Western Division. Forest City looking to get back on track. They had a very tough 16-3 defeat at home to the Holly Springs Salamanders back on Saturday evening. It was all Holly Springs in that game. Got out to a 6-1 lead after 3, a 9-1 lead after 4, and the Salamanders were able to keep getting runs on the scoreboard. And again, a 16-3 run rule of victory for Holly Springs. They scored in every inning besides the 5th in that one. Forest City only able to get 3 runs across. They scored in the first and in the last 2 innings, the 6th and 7th. And they're looking to get back on track here at home. they've been solid here at McNair Field. An 11-8 record for Forest City here in their friendly confines in front of a smaller crowd on this Monday evening. The Flamingos looking to steal one here on the road. They have not been great this season away from Carolina Bank Field. Just 3 wins in away games this season, a record of 3-15 on the road for the pink and white this year. But a chance to turn that around beginning tonight here in Forest City. These teams played not too long ago, back on last Wednesday night. It was a solid victory for the Owls. They won that one 15-8. And that had quite a lot of twists and turns in that game. The Flamingos, in one point of that contest, were down 15-1 heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. And then the Flamingos got 7 runs across. It would have been the comeback of all comebacks, but the effort was certainly there for Florence. From that point on, though, no scoring. Certainly a tale of 2 different games in that one almost a week ago. We'll see if we have something like that in store, or if it is a little closer to the mean here in this 3rd meeting of the season, again, between the Flamingos and the Owls. Forest City will be in the all-white uniforms tonight, white jerseys and white pants, a traditional home look today for Forest City. They're repping their dark green ball caps with the yellow brim with their Owl logo, the Owls sitting on the baseball bat a la St. Louis Cardinals. That's what they're repping on the caps today. For the Flamingos, they are men in black tonight. All black unis for the away team, black jerseys and black bottoms. Black ball caps today for the Flamingos with the Mingo head rocking the baseball in his beak. Should be a good one here from McNair Field. Take a quick break for our national anthem. On the other side, starting lineups and first pitch here from Forest City. All that and more up next. All right, almost time for first pitch here from McNair Field here in Forest City, North Carolina. It is a muggy one here in the Owl's Nest. Some rain showers were drifting by to the northwest of here. It looks like it is going to avoid us. That's certainly what we hope for here at the ballpark. As for now, baseball is on as scheduled here between the Mingos and the Owls. The starting pitcher today for Forest City is the righty Cooper Sane, coming from Georgia Southwestern, making his 7th start of the season. His last start came last Saturday, the 11th, against the Macon Bacon, and he was wheeling and dealing in that one. Through 8 innings, only gave up 1 run, just 1 RBI single. 7 hits in total, no walks, 6 strikeouts, over 100 pitches thrown by Sane in that contest. It was an outing in which he was outstanding in, but he took the loss as it was a 1-0 game. A misleading loss for the righty Sane. He'll look for another good outing tonight against the Florence Flamingos, which will be led off by Davis DeRico. He'll be followed by Josh Williams and Ethan Schimmel. Landon Gaz, the right fielder, hitting cleanup today, followed by the catcher Stowe Rogers and the third baseman Brandon Gibbs making his debut. Cole Belfonte, the shortstop, hitting 7th today. He'll be followed by a designated hitter Tyler Vespi and Cooper Onsback, the second baseman, rounding out the order. Flamingos lineup brought to you by Seminar Brewing. Seminars open for lunch Tuesday through Sunday. Killer burgers, crisp salads, and deliciously smoked wings. All at Seminar. Stop by today. First one in from Sane. That will miss the zone. It is a 1-0 count to DeRico. And we are underway here from Forest City. First pitch time of 6:37 Eastern Time. Sane again set. He's dealing from the stretch. That one fired in. That'll miss low and away. And the count will roll to 2-0 to the leadoff man, DeRico. DeRico 1 for 4 in Friday night's game. The last CPL game for the Flamingos. As the 2-0 will be called for a strike. He went 1 for 4 in that one with an RBI double. Also had a sac fly in that loss against the Blowfish. As that will be fouled away. Count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sane down to 2-0, able to make his way back in the at-bat. He's able to even it up. It's an even count to the leadoff man. No wind right now in McNair Field. Here's the 2-2. And that will be left high for ball 3. Do not have access to the TrackMan data for tonight's game here in Forest City, so not sure the exact pitch velocity we are seeing from the hurler and Sane. It looks a lot slower than usual, though. As the payoff comes in, that one will be popped up towards the right side of the infield, and it will be caught by the first baseman, Blake Gaffney, right at the foul line for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down to begin the ball game. Let's get you the Forest City defensive lineup. Just heard Blake Gaffney, the first baseman, making that catch. Reggie Tuggles next to him. He's at second. Jackson Lyda at short and Andrew Hill at third. Cade Norton behind the plate today for Forest City. As the first pitch is into Josh Williams, that'll miss outside. Count starts at 1-0 to the Flamingos left fielder. And speaking of left fielders, Cruz Arnold is patrolling that position for Forest City. Jackson Jones in center and Tanner Britt in right. 1-0 left outside. Now a 2-0 count to Williams, who did come in as a pitch hitter in Saturday night's exhibition game. Walked once and had 3 groundouts after that. Up the middle of the field. As the 2-0 will find the outer part of the zone. Count will roll to 2 balls and 1 strike. Williams in his 3rd season in Flowtown. This season has certainly been his best with the pink and whites. As the 2-1 finds the zone off of the fastball from Sane. Once again, he was down 2-0, and he was able to bring the count to an even 2-2. Williams with an average well above 300 on the year. one big-time homer against Ashboro just over a week ago. As that will miss the zone, the count will run full once again. 12 runs batted in for Williams this season. An OPS of above 900. Very good season for the lefties, looking to get on here on the top of the first. 3-2 coming from Sane, and they'll be hit down the first base line. That will be a foul ball. Looked promising at first off the bat of Williams. Started to roll to the right and ended up getting in foul territory before reaching the bag. Do this 3-2 dance again. Back-to-back full counts to begin the ball game. Sane comes home, the payoff pitch. That one lifted opposite way. That'll get down for a hit. Takes one hop before entering the glove of Cruz Arnold. Josh Williams able to fight in the AB. He gets himself a two-strike single to begin the action for the Flamingos. Florence looking to take advantage of the first base runner for them today. Ethan Schimmel, the first baseman, will now dig in. Schimmel with a very open stance in the left-handed batter's box. He leaves one outside, and the count will begin at 1-0. Schimmel making his first CPL appearance as a member of the Pink and White. Coming from Southern Wesleyan within the Palmetto State. He fouls that one away. That one going behind home, and the count will go to 1-1. For Schimmel, he was great this last college season, leading the team in a wide variety of offensive statistics. 1-1, fouled off. And that one dribbling behind home plate towards the Forest City on deck circle, and the count will go to 1-2. He led the team, Southern Wesleyan that is, in batting average, OPS, slugging, runs scored, doubles, home runs, runs batted in, and walks. An outstanding hitter as he swings and misses on the 1-2, and that'll be the first strikeout today for Sane. So Schimmel retired on strikes. He passes the batting baton on to another outstanding hitter for the Flamingos this year, and Landon Gaz. Right fielder today for the Pink and White, coming from UC Irvine. The California kid looking to extend the inning for Florence. Sane steps off and goes to first. Williams able to get back. For Gaz this season, a slash line of .333, .412, .524, an OPS of .936. As the first pitch comes home and it's called for a strike. 2 homers for Gaz this season as well. One of them opposite way at Carolina Bank Field. Very impressive. As the 0-1 is called for a strike. It is 3:14 down the left field line and 3:37 down right. Here at the home stadium for the Forest City Owls. 0-2, Williams takes off. That one left blown away. Here's the throw down. The throw is going to be in time, but it was a wild tag from the second baseman in Tuggle. Williams was able to get around it, and he's able to steal seconds. From where he was originally positioned, Cade Norton made a tremendous throw from behind the plate. The throw was well in time, but Tuggle was a little wild with the tag, and Williams was able to get around it. 1-2, again left outside. That was in a very similar location to the previous pitch. And the count will go to an even 2-2. So that's the opposite of the way the first 2 at-bats began today. And those it started 2-0, then went to 2-2. This one it started 0-2, went to 2-2. As that one will be hit into right field, that'll get down for a hit. Williams rounding third. He will score. It's an RBI single for Landon Gaz, and the Flamingos strike first. The second hit today for the Flamingos. Both of them hit opposite way. Both of them coming on 2 strikes. Some very protective hitting from the Flamingos so far, but it's worked. They get on the board. It's a 1-0 Flamingo lead here in the top of the first inning. Stowe Rogers looking to continue with that one. A high bouncer up the middle of the field into the shortstop Lyda's glove, and he'll take it to the second base bag for out number 3. But the Flamingos able to strike first with a couple of opposite field singles. They take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the first inning. More to come up next on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. It's all brought to you by the South Carolina Peanut Board. You are listening to Flamingo Radio. Bottom of the first inning, the Flamingos up 1-0 after a couple of opposite field singles. One from Josh Williams, the other from Landon Gaz, as he was able to bring Williams home. It is a 1-0 advantage for the Pink and Whites, looking to protect it with the lefty B.J. Etheridge coming in to start the game on the mound for the Flamingos. Etheridge coming from Florence Darlington Tech. On the CPL season, he's thrown 17 1/3, coming in with an ERA of 6.75, a whip of 1.90. 20 strikeouts for Etheridge so far, but looking to keep it within the zone. He does have 19 walks this season as well, 13 earned runs and 14 hits for the lefty so far this season. All-star for the Forest City Owls, Tanner Britt will be leading things off for them. First pitch well outside will enter the backstop, and the count will start at 1-0. For Britt, he's just below 300 on the season, batting .299. As the 1-0 is hit up the middle into the glove of Belfonte. He'll throw it to first, and it's in time for out number 1. Cole Belfonte making a nice play, making his way to his left-hand side. Testing out the range of the shortstop. He's able to get to it and fire it across the diamond. 1 up, 1 down. Great play from Belfonte, just committed to Lamar University in Texas just yesterday. Found his new home for the next college season. First one in, the lefty Jackson Jones now up. Now will be left downstairs. Count starts out 1-0 in this lefty-lefty matchup. More on Belfonte later on in this game, as that'll be hit into right field. That'll get through for a single. Took one large bounce at the very edge of the dirt infield before entering right. It's the first hit and first base runner today for Forest City. The 21st hit for Jackson Jones this season. Center fielder coming from Wake Tech Community College, playing under his college head coach and DJ Russ, making him proud there with the opening single. He passes it on to Blake Gaffney, the first baseman. He leaves that one away. Count starts at 1-0. Gaffney with a .304 batting average this season. Etheridge set, now throwing from the stretch. He will toss one over to first, a very light throw. Schimmel will receive it. Jones will get back to the bag. And we'll proceed with the 1-0 count. Etheridge again set. Still no wind at the stadium, as that'll be a curveball that will drop into the zone for strike number 1. Nice change of pace from Etheridge. Compare that up with his fastball that runs in the low 90s. Nice mix for the lefty as he fires another curveball in. That will find the outer part of the zone for strike 2. Back-to-back curves from Etheridge. He went towards the middle of the plate on the 1-0. Now ran it further outside on the 1-1 to make it 1-2. He'll go back to first. Jones again able to get back. For Etheridge, we'll see if he goes back to that curve, if he tries to keep going outside to the lefty Gaffney, or if he'll try his heater here. 1-2, back to first, runner takes off. He is now caught in the middle. Throw back to second. Belfonte will throw back to first. Now Etheridge with the ball. Toss it back to second. Here's the throw back to first, and it's not going to be in time. Ethan Schimmel was just stranded too far off of the first base bag. Jackson Jones able to pull a Houdini act and remain on the bases. He will remain at first after getting caught in the rundown. The last play, just too many throws from the Flamingos defensively. About 4 or 5 when you only really need 2. As the 1-2 is fouled off. They just need to toss it over to second, and with him going back to first, wait as long as you can. Toss it back to the bag. Try to tag him out. 1-2. And that one will slightly miss the zone. That one a fastball from the lefty. And the count will run even. It's a new life for Jackson Jones at first. Mingo's looking for a ground ball here. Would love to spin a double play to end the inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that again will be taken slightly out of the zone. This time it will bring the count full. Just a smidge low. Perhaps outside as well. Payoff pitch. Etheridge set. He kicks and fires. That one chops towards second. Onsback will glove it. It'll spin around and throw it to first for out number 2. It was just going to be too difficult of a play for Onsback to throw it to second. His momentum, the ball took him in the complete opposite direction to his left-hand side. Rather deep as well, right at the boundary between the dirt and the grass. Did one spin around to look at second, decided there wasn't going to be a play there. So he tossed it to Schimmel at first for the second out of the inning. Now the cleanup man, Cruz Arnold, up. He fouls that one behind home plate. Count starts at 0-1. Arnold, another solid hitter in this Owls lineup. batting .294 on the year. 1 homer, 3 doubles for him this season. As Etheridge goes off speed, he's able to backdoor his way in for strike number 2. Etheridge doing a good job of responding throughout some adversity in this inning. Looking to keep it a 1-0 game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one lifted up into right field. Down the line it goes. Gaz will make his way over, and that will enter foul territory. Out of the field of play, and the count will remain at 0-2. Etheridge again set. He steps off, looks at second. Jones was taking some rather extended leads, especially on his secondary. So Etheridge was checking in on that. No throw to the bag, though. Getting ready to deal the 0-2. Here's the pitch, and that will miss low for ball number 1. Etheridge attempting the breaking ball there, trying to get Arnold to chase, and he did not take the bait. Lefty again set. Jones extending off for the second base bag. Dancing around. Here's the pitch. That one again low. That'll even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Forest City with 1 hit so far in this inning. Looking to drive him in Jones. He takes off from second. That one hit right back into the glove of Etheridge. He'll toss it over to first for out number 3. That one a sharp grounder heading right towards the shortstop Belfonte, but Etheridge poked his glove at it. He's able to retain the baseball, toss it over the first for out number 3. So Forest City's able to get a runner in scoring position, but they will leave him there. After 1, it's a 1-0 Flamingo lead. More to come up next. Flamingos up 1-0. It'll be Brandon Gibbs making his first at bat as a Flamingo. That one a half swing. That one called a strike, and the count will begin at 0-1 to begin inning number 2. Again, Mingo's up 1-0 in this one. Cooper Sane again set from the stretch. Close stance from him. He deals the 1-0. That will be popped up into very shallow right field. Britt comes charging in. He gloves it. 1 up, 1 down. So Brandon Gibbs, coming from the University of Health and Sciences in St. Louis, getting his first AB as a Flamingo. Up to 1 out in the top of the second inning. Cole Belfonte now up. He'll ground that one up the middle, and that will get through. Base knock for Belfonte, one of the newest Lamar Cardinals. It's the 3rd hit for the Flamingos today. They get their first in the inning. Belfonte continuing his strong start. Now his 8th hit as a Mingo. 8 for 29 on the year. Now just below 300. Couple RBIs for him this season as well. He is 1 for 1 on stolen base attempts as the hurler Sane steps off and throws in his direction. Tyler Vespi now up, the designated hitter. Runner on first, 1 out. That one left high and in. Count starts at 1-0 to Vespi. One for 2. Back on Saturday night's exhibition game against the Yorktown Coconuts. Yeah, there's another look back at first. Again, Belfonte able to get back to the bag. 1-0, Sane set. Looks down, then up again, and will step off, and again throw back to first. Again for Sane, he's coming from Georgia Southwestern. And had a very good outing against Macon his last start. 1-0, foul down the third base line. Scooting past the third baseman, Andrew Hill, in foul territory. Past the Flamingos head coach and third base coach Eli Brum as well. Not sure if I saw an attempt from Coach Eli on that one. As the 1-1 comes in, that was a curveball that gets fouled off right behind home. Now a 1-2 count. For Sane, he's an older guy, born in September of 2001, September 25th to be exact. He fires that one in and will miss the zone. Now a 2-2 count. He is certainly a veteran of the Forest City Owls. It's his 4th summer here. And his last start was probably his best as an Owl, as the 2-2 gets a wave and a miss. It's Sane's second strikeout, and it brings us to 2 outs in the second inning. Second baseman Cooper Ansbach now up. Looking for a knock here to extend the frame. First one into him, and it's called for a strike. For Sane, his 4.34 ERA, the best for a season in his time at Forest City, at least up to this point. Or pardon me, that's not true. 2023 was his best, although he threw less innings. As that one is in for a strike. Now an 0-2 count to Ansbach. 2023 had an ERA of 4.18 in 23 2/3. Here's the pitch. That one a wave and a miss. It'll be a 3-pitch strikeout to the Flamingos second baseman. Another hit for the Mingos, but Belfonte will be left at first. Heading into the bottom of the second, it remains a 1-0 game here from Forest City. More to come up next on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. listening to Flamingo Radio. Flamingos remain up 1-0 as we enter the bottom of the second. It will be Jackson Lyda, the shortstop, digging in for Forest City in the bottom of the second. Tonight's second inning is proudly sponsored by On Target Staffing. Whether you're looking for your next career opportunity or your business needs dependable talent, On Target Staffing connects great people with great companies. As Etheridge comes home and fires in a strike. With positions available across a variety of industries and a commitment to personalized service, they're helping employers and job seekers hit out of the park every day. That one hit into foul territory. Visit On Target Staffing to learn more and discover how they can turn your career into a grand slam. On Target Staffing, uniting talent with opportunity. Etheridge a strike away from uniting himself with his first strikeout on the day. That'll be left low and away instead, and the count will roll to 1-2 to the lefty Lyda. Coming from Western Carolina. He's leading off the bottom of the second frame. 1-2 pitch. That one left high and in. Heater from Etheridge. Lyda ducking out of the way. Now a 2-2 count. Etheridge set. Dealing from the windup. He comes home. And that one chopped into the glove of the first baseman. Schimmel. He'll toss it to first, and it's in time for the outs. And Etheridge had to hurry to get over to the bag. It was hit to the right of the first baseman, Schimmel. He was not going to get there in time. Etheridge working on his PFPs, hustling his way to the bag. He's there in time, just a step ahead of the shortstop, Lyda. 1 up, 1 down to begin the bottom of the second. Now Yariel Diaz up. He waves and misses. Count starts at 0-1 to him. For Diaz, he is a CPL veteran, actually a former Flamingo, as that swung on and missed. Then spent a few years at Ashboro. Now in his first year at Forest City. He's down 0-2. Etheridge working quickly. He's already set, ready to deliver pitch number 3. And that'll miss high and away for ball number 1. One, two. That one left inside, and that hits Diaz. Etheridge strike away from retiring the designated hitter for Forest City. Instead, he nicks him on the foot. He'll be the first base runner of the inning for the home team. Runner on first, 1 out. Cade Norton, the catcher, now up. Norton coming from Winthrop, batting .237 this CPL season. Has brought in 11 runners this year. That one chopped down third baseline. That'll be a foul ball. Went right behind the third base coach and the head coach for Forest City, DJ Russ. Last time these teams met, almost a week ago, last Wednesday, Russ was not there for Forest City. As the 0-1 is popped up into center field. DeRico looking back. He's at the warning track. Leaps over his shoulder and makes the grab. Great catch for Davis DeRico. Had to lift his glove over his shoulder. Was running straight back and is able to make the grab for out number 2. That certainly saved a run. Diaz was already at second. He's able to hustle his way back to first to avoid the double play, but DeRico making an outstanding grab was starting to enter the warning track right in deep center field. Now 2 outs in the inning. Mingo's looking for their second straight scoreless frame. Reggie Tuggle, the second baseman, looking to extend it. And that one fired in. That'll miss inside for ball number 1. And just can't say enough about that catch from the center fielder, Dorico. As the 1-0 will drop in for a strike. Again, that is a very tough angle for outfielders, especially in center, when you have to drop straight back and open up your hips. 1-1, runs inside, and that'll hit him. It was a curveball that broke too much for the lefty Etheridge. It nips Tuggle, the second hit batsman from the lefty in this inning. And it leaves a couple runners on for the 9-hole hitter, Andrew Hill. It's an opportunity for the Owls to tie this game up. They have a runner in scoring position. Hill will look to drive him in. 9-hole hitter, but not your typical 9-hole hitter, as he leaves that one away. Batting .278. He has 4 home runs and 20 runs batted in. 1-0. That one popped up. That goes behind home plate. That'll enter foul territory. Most of the stands here at McNair Field are behind home plate and covered up by the roof above. Here's the 1-1. Now be left outside for ball 2. Most of the fans are sitting behind home in some sort of fashion. The lower half of it are seats, and the upper half are bleachers. As there's another curveball from Etheridge. That will find the zone for strike 2. Now a 2-2 count to the third baseman, Hill. Some tables to sit around on down the first base line. As the 2-2 again is in Dorico's direction. Again, he has to run straight back. That one will go over him, though. It hits the base of the wall. That'll bring in a couple of runners, and Forest City takes their first lead today after the 2-run double from Andrew Hill. Started to flap his wings as he got into the bag, looking in the Owls dugouts. That one a hard hit ball into straight center field. That time Dorico was not able to get to it, and it is a 2-1 Forest City lead. A tremendous shot from the Owls' third baseman. It'll flip the lineup over. The leadoff man, Tanner Britt, now up again. First one to him, runs upstairs. Count starts at 1-0. For Britt today, he's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Etheridge will step off for the rubber and throw it to second. It's caught by Onsback. And he tosses it back to the hurler. Ready to deliver the 1-0 from the stretch. He looks at Hill at second. Now comes home. That one a curveball that'll miss upstairs. Couple of hard hit balls from the Owls in this inning, with a couple of hit batsmen as well. 2-0 runs high. Now a 3-0 count to Britt. Three base runners for Forest City this inning. Diaz and Tuggle both hit by a pitch. That's how they got on and will later score off of the double into straight center field from Andrew Hill. 3-0 called for a strike. Britt thought that was going to be ball 4. Started to make a couple steps out of the batter's box. Instead, it'll be a 3-1 count to him as Etheridge kicks and fires. That one roped down the left field line, but that'll wind up in foul territory. And that'll bring us to a full count. Infield back for the Flamingos. Payoff pitch coming at the ridge comes home, and that one is lightly hit towards second. Onsback makes his way over, fires it to first, and it's in time for the outs. Britt made it close, though, hustling down the line. It was a very close play at the bag, but Onsback is able to record the 4-3 put out to end the second inning. But two-run single from Andrew Hill has Forest City out in front. It is a 2-1 lead for the Owls, as we'll be back with the top of the third inning after this break. It's CPL Baseball here on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. You are listening to Flamingo Radio. Flamingos now down 2-1 after giving up a two-run double to Andrew Hill. Able to give Forest City their first lead today. Mingo's looking to get it back with the leadoff man, Dorico, now up. Sane comes home, and that'll be called for a strike. Again, it is CPL Baseball here on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. Thank you so much for joining us here on Flamingo Radio. As the 0-1 comes in, that'll be left high and in. Flamingos will be back in action Wednesday. They'll be at home. They'll take on the Macon Bacon at Carolina Bank Field after the league-wide off day tomorrow. 1-1, a wave and a miss. Now a 1-2 count to Dorico, who's 0 for 1 today. Popped out to the first baseman, Gaffney, right at the foul line to begin this game. 1-2. That one dribbled down the third baseline. It'll be Dorico, Williams, and Schimmel at the top of the Flamingos batting order, due up in this inning. Time called on the field. And the baseball from the previous pitch was still behind home plate. Josh Williams in the on-deck circle tosses it over to the Owls' bat boy, who drops it and brings it back to the dugout. 1-2, called for strike 3. The fourth strikeout today for Cooper Sane. He's able to find the outer half of the plate as Dorico is down on strikes for the first time today. Josh Williams now up. 1 for 1 with a single today. Has a stolen base and will later come in to score. As the one run that the Mingos have gotten plated. Williams looks at the first pitch and leaves it away. Count starts at 1-0. Again, his third season. This has been his best year as he squares around, pulls back, and that finds the outer edge for strike number 1. But an average well above 300 for J-Dub this season. Still looking for his new school, as he's in the transfer portal after spending last year at UNC Asheville. Now a 2-1 count to him. The 1-1 was left away. Williams spending his first couple years at North Greenville University. before transferring to UNC Asheville. 2-1 called for a strike. Now an even 2-2 to the lefty. Obviously, the last few weeks, ultra important for some of the guys still in the portal, as that one is lined away in foul territory. Hitting the fence down the left field line, separating the field of play from the bullpen area and hill. 2-2. High and away. It's a heater from Sane. Williams did not chase. And it will be another full count to the lefty. Sane comes home. Here's the payoff. That one nubbed away. Be another foul ball. Hits the fence of the Flamingo dugout. And I do quite literally mean fence. Chain link fence on the front of both dugouts here at McNair Field. Not the traditional railing that they have in most ballparks. As the 3-2 comes in, that'll be lifted away, and this at-bat will continue to see one more pitch. Now an 8-pitch at-bat between Sane and Williams. Both the times that J-Dub's gotten up and has gone the distance. What will pitch number 9 bring? It will bring a walk. It was a fastball from Sane, just missed the zone. A little low, a little away perhaps as well. Williams able to make his way towards first after earning it on the base on balls. He's on for the second time today. He already has a stolen base earlier in the first inning. Ethan Schimmel looking to advance him. He hits that one down first baseline. That'll be a foul ball. Took a few hops. All of them were in foul territory. And the count will start at 0-1. Schimmel, very tall guy, standing in at 6'6". As far as I can remember throughout the season, all of the guys that have come in, Schimmel is the tallest. 6'6". He's been towering above all the other Flamingos as he was out in front of that one. And the count will go to 0-2 to the lefty. Yeah, runner on first, 1 out in the top of the third inning. Flamingos down 2-1. Sane again set from the stretch. He kicks and fires home. That one fouled off. Schimmel 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. The first of 4 thrown by the righty Sane. Again, he's set, looks down, and we'll go back to first. Williams had a pretty small lead off of the bag. Was only 2 or 3 steps off. Now creep off again. Pretty similar distance. Here's the pitch. And again, it swung on and missed. Schimmel down on strikes for the second time today. It is the 5th strikeout for Cooper Sane. He is a batter away from a scoreless frame. Landon Gaz looking to prevent it. Gaz has had a good day today, has an RBI single to bring in Josh Williams. He has a chance to bring him in again, his second time up. 13 runs batted in for Gaz this season. As there's another throwback from Sane. Thrown at Williams at first back-to-back times before coming home. He's now set, and he will do just that. I want a curveball, wave, and a miss. Gaz out in front. for Sane after getting in some trouble in the first inning. He's been able to settle in nicely here in his starting outing. 0-1, a swing and a miss for strike two. And I would have to guess that Sane should be able to go for plenty of pitches in this game. When he last threw at Macon, he threw over 100. Here's the 0-2. That one fouled off down the right field line. Hits the top of the concession stands. And the at-bat will live to see one more pitch. The righty looking to protect. The California Kid. 0-2, left high, throw back to first, not in time. The Owls defensively have kept a very close eye on Williams. A few pickoff attempts from the pitcher's mound, and now a back pick attempt from behind the plate. Here's the pitch. That one a slider, that's left away. Now 2-2 count to Gaz. Good leave from the UC Irvine Anteater. Sane again set. Williams takes off. The 2-2 left low and away. Here's the throw down. He'll take a skip and get past the second baseman Tuggle. It'll be the second stolen bag for Josh Williams today. He's now in scoring position. And it's a 3-2 count to Landon Gaz. Once again, he has Williams in scoring position to work with. Looking to bring him in once again. The 3-2. That one popped up. It's down the right field line. Britt makes his way over, and he makes the catch. Gaz tried to repeat history, but he was just under it. He will leave Williams in scoring position as we enter the bottom of the third inning. Still a 2-1 lead for Forest City. You are listening to Flamingo Radio. Bottom of the third, Mingo's down 2-1, and it'll be 2-3-4 due up in the Forest City batting order in Jones, Gaffney, and Arnold. Mingo's looking for a clean inning here. BJ Etheridge had one in the first, then gave up two in the second. Looking to keep it a 2-1 deficit for the pink and white. Again, Brian Miller with you. Thank you so much for joining us for some CPL baseball here on this Monday evening. Our first time here in Forest City. As that'll run inside. Count will start at 1-0 to Jones. He had a single his first time up. It's Florence's first time here at the Owl's Nest this season. And the first time that we have been able to travel here, at least in my 2 years of being the broadcaster. 1-0 will run inside. Couple of inside fastballs from Etheridge to begin the AB between him and Jones. He winds and fires again. The 2-0. That time it's a curveball, and that'll be plunged in for strike number 1. It's a nice ballpark here at Forest City. I think they have plenty to be proud about. As the 2-1 comes in, that will be lifted into left field. That one a jammed single from Jones. Just pops that one up. He's able to drop it in for a base knock. Got right on the handle of his piece of lumber. But was able to lift it into a great place. Able to find green grass. Leadoff man is on for Forest City for the first time tonight. Blake Gaffney now up. 0 for 1. He has a ground out so far. That one grounded towards Onsback at second. He'll go to second for 1. That's not going to be in time. Jones hustling from first to second. Onsback staying behind on the ground ball. He quickly shuffled it to second base bag. The throw was not in time. And the first 2 batters are on for the Owls. Arnold now up. It's quite an opportunity for Forest City to extend their lead. They have a couple runners on. Still no outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Etheridge comes home, and that will run inside. Another fastball from the lefty. Over 45 pitches for Etheridge so far tonight as he steps off of the rubber. And Jones dives back into the bag. 47 pitches for B.J. Etheridge so far tonight. See how much longer he will remain out there. Looking for a double play as the 1-0 will be left away. Two balls and no strikes to Arnold. He is 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch. That one, a slider hit into the glove of Galfanti. That one in time at second. The throw to first will squirt out of the glove of Schimmel, though, and that will allow Jones to score. It was sharply hit right at Belfonte. He's able to glove it, and his throw to second was in time for the first part of the double play, but it was a low throw from the second baseman Onsback. Schimmel tried to pick it up out of the dirt, but got out of his glove and behind him. And it is now a 3-1 Forest City lead. Eli Brum comes out of the Flamingo dugout. It's a quick chat between him and the battery of Etheridge and the catcher Rogers. The Owls with a runner on second. Cruz Arnold is positioned there. 1 out in the inning. It's been a tough half inning for the second baseman Onsbach, as Etheridge will throw that one outside for ball number 1. Beginning with the first batter, Jones. Stayed behind on the ground ball. Or the second batter, pardon me. Stayed behind on the ground ball from Blake Gaffney. His throw to second was not in time, trying to start the double play, as that's in for a strike. And then the next batter, Cruz Arnold, able to receive the ball from Belfonte, but his throw first was low, and that allowed Forest City to get their third run across. That one hit up into right, and that will get away from the right fielder, Gaz. Now get behind him, runner will score, and it will be an RBI double for Jackson Lyda. Gaz making his way in. He reached below his waist to receive the fly ball, and that ball got underneath his glove and made a few rolls past him. Arnold was able to score from second. Now a 2-run inning and a 4-1 lead for the Owls. Yariel Diaz now up. He fouls one off behind home. The Flamingos looking to stop the bleeding here. 0-1. That one a hard hit foul ball. It lands just beyond the Flamingo dugouts, hitting the start of the fence, separating the playing field from the concourse level. At the ridge up 0-2. And here's the pitch. It swung on and missed. A much needed strikeout for the lefty Etheridge. It's his first today. And it gives the Flamingos their second out of the half inning. The pink and white and out away from stopping the bleeding after giving up their second straight 2-run frame. Cade Norton, the catcher, now up. That one a breaking ball from Etheridge. Did not break enough, and that's left outside for ball number 1. 2 outs, a runner on second. 1-0 coming, here it is. That one into the right center gap, and that will get down for a hit. Lyda easily able to score. Norton rounding second. Here's the relay. Here's the throw. It's not going to be in time. And it's an RBI triple for the Owls catcher. It has not been a great inning defensively for the Flamingos. And the Owls offense has been able to get some runs on the scoreboard. They've been able to take advantage of the defensive mistakes from the pink and whites. And that'll be the end of the day for B.J. Etheridge. There'll be a new arm for the Flamingos. We'll get you him after this break in the bottom of the third inning. Flamingos down 5-1. The Flamingos have a new pitcher in. It is the lefty James Van Meter coming from North Carolina A&T. Van Meter looking to get out of some trouble here in the bottom of the third inning. Already a 3-run frame for Forest City. They have another runner on third in Cade Norton after getting himself an RBI triple. Van Meter looking to end the damage here. A 5-1 lead for Forest City. Reggie Tuggle, the second baseman, now up. Van Meter comes home. And that'll be left away. It's the second straight lefty to start off the game for the Flamingos. Started off with Etheridge, and now Van Meter first in relief. The 1-0. Now run inside for ball number 2. And no errors from the Flamingos this inning, but a few defensive miscues nonetheless. As the 2-0 was called for strike 1. Few defensive miscues and well-placed hits from Forest City. Started off this half inning. 2-1, popped away towards the right side of the field. It's trending towards foul territory, and indeed that's where it's going to wind up. So bring the count to 2-2. Van Meter a strike away. Infield back for the Mingos, the 2-2, a curveball left outside. For Tuggle, he was hit by a pitch his first time up. He would later come in to score off of the 2 RBI double from Andrew Hill. Now it's an inning ago. 3-2, that's left high for ball 4. Tuggle is able to work himself a walk. He gets on base for the second time today. Runners on the corners. Andrew Hill, the third baseman, now up. Hill already with a good day today. Getting the 2 RBI double straight into center field his last time up. Runner takes off. That one taken inside for ball number 1. No throw from the catcher, Rogers. Tuggle will enter scoring position. Now a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back. I mean, it's just a scenario right now if you're the Flamingos. We've seen some times where things can really, really get out of hand as far as giving up big innings go. As the 1-1 is called for strike 2. A 4-run deficit is still manageable, especially this early on in the game. 1-2, and that's called for strike 3. Nice slider from Van Meter. He's able to freeze up a Hill, and that'll leave a couple runners in scoring position for Forest City. But it's not without damage done. They get 3 across and take a 5-1 lead as we enter the 4th inning. It's coming up after this break.
You are listening to Flamingo Radio.
Stowe Rogers leading things off for the Flamingos in the top of the fourth inning. First one into him, and it will run inside for ball number 1. Brian Miller with you from the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. It's all brought to you by the South Carolina Peanut Board. Cooper Sane remaining in the pitch as that one is grounded towards short. Banana peeled by Lyda, and he'll throw it to first for out number 1. It was the second ball from Stowe Rogers that was hit in his direction. And again, Lyda was able to make the play. It's 1 up, 1 down to begin the fourth inning. Forest City has scored 5 so far unanswered runs. Got 2 across in the second and 3 in the third. Taking a 5-1 lead. As Brandon Gibbs is up for the second time, he waves and misses. And the count will start at no balls and 1 strike. Again for Gibbs, he is making his first appearance as a Flamingo on the year. As the 0-1 will be left low. Coming from the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy in St. Louis. Spent his first couple years at Anderson University in South Carolina. 0-1, hit down the third baseline. Nice play made by Eli Brum in foul territory. Good play from the Flamingos head coach. Now a 1-2 count to Gibbs. He's certainly familiar with the CPL. Played for the Lexington County Blowfish last summer. 1-2. That one fouled back. For Gibbs, he bat .213 with Lexington County a year ago. 19 hits. Had a couple homers and 1 double. 15 runs batted in. 1-2. That one into right field, and that'll be a foul ball. Gibbs just dropped his bat down as the pitch was coming in. It was a breaking ball from Sane, trying to poke it down the right field line. If he was able to, in the direction it was going, a very good chance it could have been a double. It was about 5 feet foul, and the count will remain at 1-2. Here's the pitch from Sane. That one again fouled off. Gibbs doing a good job of protecting. Able to foul a couple off. Not a guy that strikes out a ton. Hope I don't speak too soon, though, as the 1-2 comes in. And that'll be fouled once again. This time it's down the third base line. He is fouling them off in all kinds of directions. 3 straight from him. 1 was down the right field line. 1 was behind home, and then the other was down the left field line. Now he's looking to straighten it all out and get it in fair territory. 1-2, and he will swing and miss instead. He couldn't lay off of the heater. That one getting past the swinging Gibbs. For Sane, it's another strikeout. He's up to 6 today. And he's just cruising right along after giving up 1 run in the first. Belfonte now up. First one off speed, now drop into the zone for strike number 1. Again for Sane, his last outing back on the 11th at Macon was an outstanding one. As there's another off-speed pitch, and that gets Belfonte way out in front. Count goes to 0-2. In that start, Sane also had 6 punch-outs. Took him 8 innings to get there. Much shorter here tonight. As the 0-2 is fouled off. I guess he's not quite at 8. He's at 6, but he's quickly approaching that total. Or he was at 6 his last start. I don't know what I'm talking about. Here's the pitch. That one popped up into the left center gap. Jones making his way over. He makes the running grab for out number 3. So the Mingos will go down 1-2-3. Heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. Still a 5-1 game here on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. You are listening to Flamingo Radio. Flamingos down 5-1 as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. James Van Meter remaining in to pitch after coming in to close out the 3rd. He'll be facing the top of the order for Forest City. Tanner Britt up for the 3rd time today. He faces an opening curveball that'll be left low. It's a 1-0 start. That's how the bottom of the 4th inning will begin. For Britt, he is 0 for 2 today. Was that Cleveland Community College this past year as he rockets that one up down the left field line. If it's fair, it's major trouble, but it's a foul ball. That was a towering shot from Britt. Would have went way over the 25-foot wall in left field. That is full of all kinds of ads. 1-1. Curveball left away. Britt does have some pop. He has 4 homers this season. And he also has one in the All-Star game earlier this month. 2-1. That one left away. Of course, Caleb Burr was the main slugger for Forest City. Had 13 bombs throughout the season. But do not believe he is with the team anymore. Here's the pitch. That one a wave and a miss. I'll go down as strike number 2. Burr actually ended up with 14 bombs. By far the most on the team. Most in the CPL. 2-2. That one hit towards short. And it's lined to Belfonte for out number 1. So a good start for Van Meter in the first inning that he has started. looked like a scary at-bat at points going up against Britt after the shot that he had into left field. There's another hard hit ball, but a Flamingo is right there in Belfonte. It's 1 up, 1 down. Jackson Jones now up. And that will be left away. He's able to hold his swing. Count starts at 1-0. It's an Owls team that obviously has had some pop throughout the season, but with Burr now not in the lineup, you wonder where it's going to come from for the rest of the year. 1-0 left high. Now 2 balls and no strikes to Jones. As a team, they've hit 37 homers this season, tied for the 5th most in the CPL. 2-0. That'll be called for strike number 1. But obviously when you have a guy that ended up with 14 homers and not even a full season, that's certainly going to help out your team total. Maybe it comes from the man up right now in Jackson Jones. He swings and misses. Down goes to 2-2. It's a swing that reminded me a little bit of Cody Bellinger, the recent All-Star Game MVP. Having a good season with the Yankees. Here's the 2-2. And that's called for strike 3. The second strikeout today for Van Meter. Both of them have been looking. He's an out away from a 1-2-3 inning. And the Flamingos can certainly use one of those. With a deficit that they are now in, they need to pick up some outs quickly. Blake Gaffney, the first baseman, now up. And that'll be left low and in the dirt for ball number 1. I haven't seen a ton of fastballs from Van Meter. Go-to pitches is breaking stuff, whether it's his curveball or his slider. They have both been working today. He's been effective. As the 1-0, there is a fastball, and that'll be hit right and lined right into the glove of Landon Gaz for out number 3. So the Mingos needed it, and they got it. And they retire the Owls 1-2-3. After 4, it remains a 5-1 game here from Forest City. More to come up next. It's CPL Baseball on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. You are listening to Flamingo Radio. Tyler Vespi will be leading things off for the Flamingos here in the 5th inning. It'll be him on back in the top of the order for the pink and white. Down 5-1 in this one to the Forest City Owls. Cooper Sane remaining in the pitch. He fires one in. It's called for a strike. And the 0-1 is hit back up the middle. Now get through for a base knock. First hit today for Tyler Vespi. Leadoff single. Mingo's looking to advance him down by 4.
Now batting number 33, the second baseman.
Vespi is going right up the middle. Took a few bounces before hopping out of the infield. Some would call it a ground ball with the eyes. I think it was hit a little harder than that. Good piece of contact from the designated hitter. Cooper Ansbach looking to advance him. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Looking to get out of the 4-run deficit the Flamingos are. That one in the zone. That'll be called for a strike. For Sane, he's just chugging right along. Currently at 76 pitches. 0-1. Now run inside. Holmes back, scooting out of the way to avoid getting hit. It's now an even count to him. Sane goes back to first, and Vespi will dive back into the bag. But again, for Sane, his last outing at Macon, he threw eight innings and threw over 100 pitches. Vespi takes off. The pitch is low. Here's the throw second, and it's in time. It was a little off of the bag, the throw from Norton, but it ran right into the glove of the second baseman, Tuggle. And he's able to drop his glove straight down to tag out Vespi. He gives Forest City their first out of the inning. You're not completely on target, but if you had to quote-unquote miss anywhere, that was the place to do it. Now one skipping by Norton, entering the backstop. It's a 3-1 count to the second baseman. That one running away towards the right side of the infield. Again, the throw from Cade Norton to gun down Vespi. 3-1 was fouled away. It's now a full count to Ansbach. And plenty of time for the Flamingos to get back into this game, down by 4. 3-2, curveball. That one popped up into very, very shallow right field. I'm not even going to call it that. That was still in the infield. Caught right at the first base line, maybe a step to the left. Blake Gaffney with the catch. And we're up to 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. And DeRico will dig in once more. Leadoff man for the Mingos. 0 for 2 today with a pop out and a strikeout. Sane will miss the zone. Count starts at 1-0 to him. Now at 82 pitches. Here's number 83. That one is grounded, backhanded by Gaffney. He'll toss it to first, and it's in time. Cooper Sane able to make his way over from the pitcher's mound. He's able to beat out DeRico by just half a step. Mingos again go down in order. Heading into the bottom of the 5th inning, still a 5-1 game from Forest City. More to come up next. It's the CPL on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. 5-1 game here from Forest City. Now entering the bottom of the 5th inning, it will be Cruz Arnold leading things off for Forest City. He'll be followed by Jackson Lida and Yariel Diaz here, with the Owls looking to expand their 4-run lead. We've seen 3 straight 1-2-3 half innings. James Van Meter and company will look to make it 4 after we just had our salute to veterans moment that we have in the bottom of the 5th inning for each game. That's not only at Carolina Bank Field or at McNair Field, that's at every single stadium across the CPL. That one hit up in the right, and that will land in foul territory. Count starts at 0-1 to the left fielder Arnold. 1 for 2 with a single so far today. With an 0-1 count, the base is empty and no outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's take a look across the CPL scoreboard on this Monday night. It's a lighter card than usual as Van Meter kicks and fires. And the 0-1 will miss the zone. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Start with the game in the Western Division. This would be a big one. The Martinsville Mustangs up 4-1 against the Ashboro Zookeepers. 1-1 misses upstairs. Ashboro just getting their first run across in the top of the 4th. Currently in the bottom half of that inning. Martinsville looking to pull off the upset. 2-1. Yeah, that's called for a strike. Another Western Division game. The Lexington County Blowfish and the Macon Bacon tied up at 2 runs apiece in the bottom of the 3rd. Macon threatening. They have a runner in scoring position. As that, again, is popped up in the right field. That one firmly in fair territory. And it will be caught by Landon Gaz, who will lose his hat in the process, but he'll pick up the out. And we're up to 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Jackson Lida now up, the shortstop. 1 for 2 today, and an RBI double back in the 3rd. Brought in 1 of 3 runs for Forest City in that inning. First pitch to him, and it's called for a strike. Get you some more scores from across the CPL. How about one in the Eastern Division? Moorhead City up again. This time it's only a 1-0 lead. Taking on the Peninsula Pilots. Bottom of the 4th. The Pilots have a runner on second. 2 outs, a 2-2 count. Cole Rail up, as that is left low. Now a 1-1 count to Lida. And now a 3-2 count to him. See how that half inning develops. Obviously here, Forest City up 5-1 over the Flamingos. Bottom of the 5th. Another big one in the Western Division. The High Point Thomasville High Toms up 4-2 over the Boone Bigfoots. Bottom of the 6th inning in that one. Those are 2 teams that are starting to struggle a little bit in that division, particularly the High Toms. They're currently out of a postseason picture, as that one is roped down the right field line. That's firmly a foul ball. The very well struck one. He'll bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One other game scheduled to go tonight. Holly Springs Salamanders taking on the Greenville Yard Gnomes. Don't see any score in that one. Looks like that has not started yet. Guessing it has been delayed due to rain. 1-2 misses. Competitive pitch from Van Meter, but a better leave from Lida. Ready to finish it off here. Here's the 2-2. A curveball that's well outside for ball 3. And again, just going back to the High Toms. They're now a game out of the postseason behind these Forest City Owls. The High Toms have lost their last 3. They've lost 7 of 10. 3-2 pitch. Now one hit up into right field. Gaz drifting back, and he won't be able to get to it. He'll take a few hops, then hit the wall. Lyda at second. He will stay there. It's his second double today. Another extra base hit for Forest City as well. They're up to 4 on the night. They have another runner in scoring position with the designated hitter, Yariel Diaz, ready to dig in. He'll have a quick chat between him and the third base coach, also the head coach, DJ Russ. In the last time that these two teams faced off against each other, Russ was not there. He was down under. He was in Australia doing some recruiting. Now he's back in the States and ready to coach up these Owls. Ready to let them fly. As the pitch comes into Diaz, and it's called for a strike. Russ named the CPL Coach of the Year a season ago. Led the Owls to the Pettit Cup Championship. As that's left away. He would later lose that series to the Wilson Tobbs. Their coach, Ted Berquist, now the coach of the High Toms. So appropriately, those two teams are battling it out to determine who will head to the postseason for this season. 1-1 left upstairs. Now 2-1 count to Diaz. Hit by a pitch his first time up, and he struck out swinging his last. 2-1, a wave and a miss for strike 2. And again, just looking at the Western Division, a lot of cold stretches for a lot of teams looking to make the playoffs. One team has been heating up, though, in the Macon Bacon. As the 2-2 is popped up in the left center gap, Dorico drifting back. He's at the wall. He'll reach up, and he'll make the grab. Lyda tagging up. He will advance to third. The Mingos will take it as they get their second out of the inning. Two outs, a runner on third for Cade Norton. It's another Forest City hitter that has had a big hit today. He had an RBI 3-bagger his last time up. And that was also in the third inning. Van Meter looking to settle things down. He fires one in. He gets a swing and a miss. Van Meter's only allowed a couple of base runners in his outing so far. As he deals the 0-1. And that's a curveball that'll find the zone. Gave up a walk to Reggie Tuggle, first batter that he faced. And then he gave up the double to Jackson Lyda earlier on in this inning. He's looking to leave him at third. The 0-2. It's left outside. So 1-2 strikes. Van Meter v. Norton. Lefty set. He kicks and fires. And that one again left away. Van Meter's been trying to find the back door these last couple of pitches on his curveball. He's done a good job of doing that throughout his outing today. Just needs to do it once more. Time called. And Norton will exit the batter's box, waving around a half orange, half white bat. Creamsicle bat. I like the look of it, but it's a little odd coming from the Forest City team. 2-2. That one will run inside. That gets away from Rogers to his right, and that will allow Lyda to score. Cowbells ringing throughout McNair Field. Forest City gets their first run across since the third inning. They now take a 6-1 lead. That was one right at the feet of Norton. Hearing it, thought that hit his foot for a second. 3-2 fouled back. Did not hit his foot. Instead, it hit the chest protector of Stowe Rogers after hitting the dirt. As it hit off of the catcher, it went to his right. Lyda was on top of it. 3-2, left high. And Norton will walk.
Now batting for the Owls, the second baseman,
Second base runner of the inning for Forest City. They're trying to start a two-out rally as Rogers will make his way out to the pitcher's mound. And he'll chat with the southpaw in Van Meter. No action, the Flamingo pen as of right now. Actually, that's not true. Do see a righty warming up. There's a light pole right in between the left side of the bullpen, right where the pitcher's mound is. So he's blocked off from me, but do see a righty warming up. First pitch in, Reggie Tuggle now up. That one left outside. Believe that is Kenyon Connor, one of the newer Flamingos, the righty warming up in the pen. As that one again is left away. Now a 2-0 count to Tuggle. Van Meter looking to end the inning right here. As the 2-0 will now run high. Couple balls left outside. Then the latest upstairs. It's a 3-0 count to Tuggle, who's gotten on twice. Neither of them have been hits, though. A hit by pitch and a walk. 3-0. That's called for a strike. No, it is not. It's left outside. I thought that was going to be called for a strike. I thought that got the outer corner of the zone, but not in the eyes of our home plate umpire, Michael Lonnie. And it'll be a couple of runners for Forest City. Eli Brum will come out of the Flamingos dugouts, and he'll take the ball away from the lefty Van Meter. We have our first righty coming into the game for the Flamingos. More on to him after this break. Bottom of the fifth inning, Flamingos down 6-1. New arm for the Mingos is the righty Kenyon Connor coming out of Benedict College. He's thrown 1 inning this CPL season. It was a very good one. Game last Thursday night against the Wilmington Sharks. He retired them in order. 1, 2, 3. His 1 inning of work so far. Facing a tall task here with a couple of runners on and 2 outs. Andrew Hill now up. And that one left away. Again for Hill, he had the 2-run double back in the 2nd inning. Got the first 2 runs across for Forest City. Connor standing in at 6'3", 235 pounds. 1-0. That'll just miss the zone. Since that 2-run double from Hill, he was up once and he struck out. That one in for a strike, now 2-1 count. Tanner Britt, the leadoff man for Forest City, awaiting in the on-deck circle. Owls up 6-1 in this game. Here's a 2-1 pitch. And that will run inside for ball number 3. Connor, the 3rd arm for the Flamingos today, coming in relief for James Van Meter. The first righty dealer for the Flamingos today. As the 3-1 will miss low. It's the 3rd straight walk for the Flamingos. It'll load the bases for Tanner Britt. Britt still looking for his first hit. He's looking to get on for the first time tonight. 0 for 3, a couple of ground outs and a line out to short. And the first one into him, he'll pop it up towards the left side of the field, down the left field line, and it will be the shortstop Belfonte calling everyone off and making the play for the 3rd out of the inning. So Forest City will leave the bases loaded. They do get 1 more run across heading into the 6th inning. It is a 6-1 lead for the Owls. More to come up next here on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. Listening to Flamingo Radio. Josh Williams leading things off for the Flamingos to kick off the 6th inning. Cooper Sane remaining in to pitch for Forest City. That one will be called for strike number 1. Tonight's 6th inning, proudly sponsored by On Target Staffing. Whether you're looking for your next career opportunity or your business needs dependable talent, On Target Staffing connects great people with great companies. As the 0-1 will miss in the dirt. With positions available across a variety of industries and a commitment to personalized service, they're helping employers and job seekers hit it out of the park every day. Visit On Target Staffing to learn more and discover how they can turn your career into a grand slam. On Target Staffing, uniting talent with opportunity. 1-1, that runs inside. Williams scooting out of the way to avoid getting hit. Now a hitter-friendly 2-ball and 1 strike counts to J-Dub. Looking to get on for the 3rd time today. He has a single and a walk up to this point. 2-1, Sane set. And he kicks and fires home. That one a curveball left outside for ball number 3. Still no wind here at McNair Field. That's been the case for the entirety of this game. 3-1. And that'll be left high. Williams will walk for the 2nd straight time. He's on base for the 3rd time. He'll look to advance with Ethan Schimmel digging in. We'll see if Williams takes off from first again. He has a couple of stolen bags, both of them into second. We do have one caught stealing attempt today. Tyler Vespi an inning ago. Cade Norton has to be aware of Williams' speed behind the dish. Now Schimmel, the batter for the Flamingos, will leave that one away. For the lefty, making his 2nd appearance as a Flamingos, 1st in CPL play, as he swings and misses to bring the count to 1-1. Played Saturday, the exhibition game against the Yorktown Coconuts. Went 2 for 3 in that game. He got himself an RBI triple. And that one is a swing and a miss for strike number 2. Now a 1-2 count to the Flamingos' first baseman. He also had a single and a hit by pitch back on Saturday evening. One time he got out, he flew out. For tonight, he's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He's a strike away from a 3rd. Look back at first. Williams gets back in time. Still a 1-2 count to Schimmel. And as the pitch comes in, that'll be left well away. Again, mentioned it earlier, he's a tall guy. Officially listed at 6'6" from his college, Southern Wesleyan. He will hit that one up into the right center gap. That'll get down. Williams rounding 2nd, charging his way into 3rd, and he will settle on in there. Schimmel now dashing towards the 2nd base bag. Here's the throw, and it's not in time. Good base running from Ethan Schimmel. That one getting away from the 3rd base bag as Williams was coming in. There was no one around the ball. Schimmel saw it, looked to take advantage and steal an extra bag, and he did just that. And it's quite a start for the Flamingos in this inning. They have runners on 2nd and 3rd, still no outs. One of their best hitters, Landon Gaz, now digging in. But before that at-bat can start, there'll be a meeting on the mound for the hurler Sane. Looked like it was DJ Russ out there to chat with him as well as the catcher Norton. Our view is a little blocked off to see the Forest City pen down the right field line. Trying to look through some netting and fencing. Do see an arm warming up. Looks like a righty. But he will not be coming into this game just yet. Meeting is over. It was just a pitching visit. And the starter, Cooper Sane, will remain in this game. Certainly has a high pitch count. He's at 92 pitches already. And he's coming off an outing albeit it was a while ago, 9 days ago at Macon. He threw well over 100. Gaz up, and the first one to him runs inside. 1 RBI for the Flamingos right fielder today. Brought in the only run today for the pink and whites. He fouls that one off, and the count will go to a ball and a strike. Williams at third, Schimmel at second for the Flamingos. Zane from the stretch, he is set. High atop the pitcher's mound, he kicks and fires home. The 1-1 hit up the middle, and that will be caught by a diving Jones in center field. Williams does tag up from third, and he will score. Very good play from Jackson Jones. That saved a run for Forest City. If he was not able to reel that in, Schimmel would have been able to score. But it is 1 run for Florence. There'll be a sac fly for Landon Gaz, his second RBI today. And just as many runs for the Flamingos. Still Rogers up, that one left in the dirt. Schimmel making his way to third, and here's the throw, and it's not in time. Schimmel with a stolen bag. The throw from Norton behind the plate certainly beat him, but it was a late tag from the third baseman, Hill. And Schimmel was able to slide his way in. He's 90 feet away from scoring. Now a 6-2 game, 1-0 to Rogers. He will lift that one up into right field. Britt drifting back. This is certainly deep enough to bring Schimmel in. He will tag up, and he will score. So the second sac fly for the Flamingos. They come in back-to-back plate appearances. Gives them a couple of runs. It is now a 6-3 game.
Now batting number 19, Brendan Gibbs.
And it's now a clean canvas for the third baseman Gibbs to work with. First one to him, left low. Zane getting close to the 100 pitch count. You would have to think this is his last inning of work. Could be his last batter. Here it is. Now one. Hit down the right field line. That'll be a foul ball. Ball and a strike to Gibbs. He's 0 for 2 today. Again, he is making his Flamingo debut. Playing for his second CPL team. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one dribbled towards the left side of the infield. Picked up by Light at short. It's a off-target throw at first. But Blake Gaffney is there to scoop it up. He's the ice cream man to end the half inning. Flamingo's able to get a couple of runs across. After back-to-back sac flies, it is a 6-3 game as we enter the bottom of the sixth inning. More to come up next. You're listening to the Coastal Plain League on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network.
listening to Flamingo Radio.
Flamingos able to get a couple of runs back in the top half of inning number 6. Now a 6-3 game here from Forest City, North Carolina, here at the lovely McNair Field. And it'll be 2-3-4 due up for the Owls. Kenyon Connor remaining in the pitch for the Pink and Whites. Now his first full inning of work, faced a couple of batters. To end the 5th inning, he walked one, then popped out Tanner Britt to leave the bases loaded. Now looking for a clean inning here. Dealing from the stretch, he comes home. That one runs inside to the lefty Jones, and the count starts at 1-0. Couple of singles today for the Owls center fielder. Also has a strikeout. He struck out looking his last time up. 1-0, left low and away. Now a 2-0 count. Coming from Wake Tech Community College. Repping 00. No, I mentioned it the last time these two teams played. Not sure if I've seen a 00 yet this season in the CPL. As the 2-0 is left away. Now a 3-0 count. We've certainly seen some zeros, just one. But 00, 00, can't say I've seen any. 3-0, now be left outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to the 00. Jones will make his way towards first. He's on base for the 3rd time tonight. He'll pass the batting baton on to Blake Gaffney. Gaffney 1 for 3 today. Looking to get on once again. Standing tall in the batter's box. First pitch, left away. So 5 straight balls from Kenyon Connor to begin the inning. Let's bring up some arms in the Flamingo bullpen. Starting to warm up. Very early stages there, though. 1-0. He finds the zone. And the count will even up at a ball and a strike. Blake Gaffney up. Jackson Jones at first. Connor throws in his direction. He's able to get back to the bag in time. Looks like there's another lefty warming up for the Flamingos in the pen. As the runner takes off, here's a throw from Rogers, and it is not in time. Jones with a great jump on the pitch. He's able to slide on in. It was a good, accurate throw from Rogers. But with the jump that Jones got, there's not a whole lot that he could have done. So it's a runner in second. As the 2-1 comes in, it is hit into the glove of the second baseman, Ansbach, for out number 1. Jones able to get his way back to the bag in time.
Now batting for the Florida City Owls, number 21, the left.
So it will not be a double play to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. But instead, the Flamingos are able to get 1 out. Looking for another here with Cruz Arnold up. Arnold 1 for 3 today. Connor comes home. It's called for a strike. Arnold, another guy coming from Cleveland Community College. That school well represented on the Forest City roster, both player-wise and coaching-wise. 0-1. And that's flown down the right side of the field. It stays within the field of play, but out of reach for both Schimmel and Gaz. Back to Cleveland Community College from the coaching staff for Forest City. Alex Kahn, the hitting coach, is an assistant at that school. Brought along a few of his players, Arnold being one of them. Heading to UNC Pembroke next year, though. Down 0-2. Connor looking to retire him. Here's the pitch. It'll be left high. Breaking ball looked like a slider from the righty. Was able to move left to right, but it was too far up. Now a 1-2 pitch coming in his direction. Connor looks at Jones at second. He's dancing around at the bag. Here's the pitch, and that will be tipped away. It was the same pitch from Connor. That time Arnold was able to make a smidge of contact to stay alive in the AB. Count remains at 1-2 strikes. Again, a runner on second, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Flamingos down 6-3. Connor set, kicks and fires home. That one a wave and a miss. Or strike number 3. It's the first strikeout today for Kenyon Connor. Came at a great time. It gives the Flamingos their second out. Flamingos in desperate need of another clean inning. They're looking to strand a runner in scoring position. Jackson Lyda, the shortstop, is looking to bring him in. And he has had a very nice day today in the batter's box. First one in, it's called for a strike. 2 doubles for the Western Carolina shortstop. One brought in a run in the 3rd inning. The other one came with the bases empty, but he would later come in to score. 0-1 against the slider. Again, it's called for a strike. Found the outer part of the zone. Able to backdoor his way in. Gets himself up 0-2. Is a strike away from ending the inning. Connor set. Jones creeping off. Here's the pitch. That one lifted up into right field. Gaz comes charging in. It will land in front of him. Lyda getting the wave around. The throw cut off by Schimmel. And it's an RBI single for Lyda. Jones was a little slow on the turn from third. Not sure if he was going to get the sign or not. He did, as he made his way down the third base line. If Gaz was a little quicker in firing it back into the infield diamond, he could have had a shot, but the throw was cut off by the first baseman Schimmel anyway. It is now a 7-3 game. That one weakly hit back up the middle of the field, and the second baseman Ansbach will make the grab for out number 3. The Flamingos got their first out of the inning. A liner hit in the direction of the second baseman. That's how it will end as well. But another RBI for Jackson Lyda. That time it was a single. It is a 7-3 lead for Forest City as we are through 6 innings here from North Carolina. More to come up next.
You are listening to Flamingo Radio.
Top of the seventh, Flamingos down 7-3 in this one. It is indeed the end of the day for the Forest City starter in Cooper Sane. And what an outing it was. Got through 6 innings, gave up 5 hits and 3 runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts for the righty. Coming from Georgia Southwestern. Wasn't quite as stellar as his last outing at Macon, but still effective. He is in line for the win here as we enter the 7th frame. Bottom third of the order up for the Flamingos. Cole Belfonte will be leading things off with Toby Schreifer, the new arm in for Forest City. You know, it was quite a moment here at McNair Field in between innings. Explain why in a second as Schreifer comes home, and that one will be taken high and away for ball number 1. Mentioned earlier tonight that for Cooper Sane, this was his 4th season here at Forest City. And tonight was his last start as an Owl. As there's a swing and a miss that brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. And it's for a good reason. Said on the field that Mr. Sane will be taking his talents to the Frontier League here soon. That one hit opposite way. That'll be a foul ball. Now a 1-2 count to Belfonte. He's 1 for 2 today. Did not catch what team they said Sane was going to. As that one is popped down the left side of the field in foul territory. Not enough room for the third baseman, Hill. It just snuck over the other side of the fence. Little guy just made his way over, and as soon as he had a step or two down the hill, he took a tumble. Did a barrel roll approaching the fence. He climbs up and gets himself the baseball. Based on the way he's reacting, as he's now in the concourse, happy as a clam. You would have never thought he fell down. 1-2, a swing and a miss. 1 batter, 1 strikeout for the righty Schreifer. Pardon me. He retires Belfonte. 1 out in the 7th inning. Yeah, was not able to hear which Frontier League team Mr. Sane was signing to. But certainly happy for him as he is moving on to the professional ranks. Tyler Vespi now up. He fouls one off. Again, Toby Schreifer, the current arm in for the Owls. That one hit up into center field. Jones losing it in the lights, and it will be out of the glove of the shortstop Lyda. He'll throw it to second. It's not going to be in time. So it'll be a double for Vespi after the center fielder Jackson Jones immediately lost that one in the bright lights. And despite the best effort from the shortstop Lyda, he tried to catch it Willie Mays style, entering shallow center field. He is not able to come up with it, and the Flamingos will have a runner on second. Cooper Onsbach, the second baseman, now up. Looking for his first hit, looking to get on for the first time. He's 0 for 2 today. He fouls that one off. And the count will begin at 0-1. Onsbach with a strikeout and a pop out so far today. The righty Schrieffer said he comes home. That one blocked up in the dirt. He gets past the catcher Norton, and it's a free 90 feet for Vespi. That one squeaking by Norton behind the plates. Did not know where the ball went initially. Vespi was all over it. He makes his way up 90 feet, and he's now 90 more feet away from scoring. Schrieffer comes home. That'll miss in. Now a 2-1 count to Ansbach. Flamingo's got a couple of sac flies an inning ago. Then gave up a run. Currently a 7-3 advantage for Forest City. 2-1. And that'll be taken high. Again, for Schrieffer this season, he's thrown 20 1/3 coming into tonight. He's totaled up the strikeouts. He has 25 of them heading into tonight's outing. But he surrendered some walks as well. He just had another there as the 3-1 misses. And Ansbach will make his way towards first. Now 16 walks conceded by Schrieffer this season. Giving up 18 earned runs as well. Mingos have a chance to get some across with the lineup turning over. Davis Dorico will be digging in for the 4th time. Runners on a first and third, 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. The Flamingos have another chance to dig out of the hole. This time doing it while opening the bullpen door. Sometimes that's all you need. Just need to face a new arm. And although they weren't horrible against Sane, they were able to get 3 runs across. And they're looking for more success against the new dealer in Toby Schrieffer. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on and missed. Nice breaking ball from the righty. Got Dorico out in front. See if Ansbach takes off during this at-bat as well. He's at first. 0-1 pitch. That one left high and in. Schrieffer closed out the game for Forest City in their last meeting on Wednesday, as he will miss side, bring the count to 2-1. He retired the Flamingos 1-2-3. To close out the game. Actually, through the last 2 innings. But it was the same result in the 8th inning as it was the 9th. He faced 6 Flamingos. He retired all of them. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Dorico after another slider came in from Schrieffer. 2-2, same pitch. That one fouled back instead. It hit the upper part of the protective netting behind the plate before bouncing up onto the roof, covering up all of the stands. Certainly hurt it as it rolled its way off. 2-2. Schrieffer set. He comes home. That one left away for ball number 3. Dorico up now. Josh Williams on deck. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Runners on the corners. Here's the pitch, and it's left away. It's a hard-earned walk for Davis Dorico. That'll load the bases full of Flamingos. All of a sudden, the game-tying run is up in the form of Josh Williams. Looking for a game-changing hit here to get the Flamingos right back in this contest. He's gotten on all 3 of his times up. He has a single and a couple of walks. Schreifer set, and here's the pitch. It's a curveball. It's grounded towards short. It's fielded by Lyda. He throws to second for one, but pops out of the glove of the second baseman, Tuggle. They're going to say that was on the transition when the ball came out. So the out call will remain at second. Dorico is out, but that is going to bring in a run. Vespi scores, and it is now a 7-4 game.
Now batting the first baseman, number 37, Ethan Schimmel.
So Flamingo's able to get one across, now down by 3. Ethan Schimmel looking to cut the deficit even more. The Flamingos are down to their last out, though. First one to him, misses away. Again, runners on the corners. Josh Williams at first. Cooper Hansbach at third. 1-0 will miss away. 2 balls and no strikes to Schimmel. He had a double his last time up. It was a good base hit and was able to take advantage of a bit of a errant throw to third. He's able to slide on into second. 2-0 to him. It's a hitter-friendly count. He waves and misses on the fastball. For Schimmel, again, he's coming off of a great year at Southern Wesleyan. Was a hitting machine for the team. 2-1 misses way high and way away. Now a very friendly 3-1 count. For Schimmel, he had 53 runs batted in the college year. Looking for some here. He swings and misses on the 3-1. Here's another good pitch to swing at. Just swung right through it. So now 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and third for the Flamingos. Schimmel looking to get one in the gap as Williams takes off from first. Here's the pitch, and that one is grounded towards second base and past the diving Tuggle. That will bring in Ansbach, and it's an RBI knock for Schimmel. That'll do a job. It's the second run for the Flamingos in the inning. It is now just a 2-run deficit. Back-to-back hits for Schimmel. It'll be a mound visit for Forest City, and it will be more than that. It'll be a new arm coming in. Tony Schreifer able to get the first couple of outs, but he gives up a couple of runs. Flamingos down 7-5 here in the top of the 7th. Gets you the new Al arm after the break. New arm for Forest City. It is Dalton Hazlitt. He'll be going to Longwood in the fall. Was at Campbell, the Fighting Camels, this past college year. Threw 4 innings for them, made 3 appearances, gave up 7 runs and 7 hits. 3 walks and 3 strikeouts for him. Last summer, he threw for 2 different teams in the CPL. Threw for the Holly Springs Salamanders as well as the High Point Thomasville High Toms. Much more appearances for the High Toms. Threw 26 2/3 for them. Gave up 22 runs. 18 of them were earned off of 24 hits. Facing a big situation here as Landon Gaz pops that one up. That's in the right center gap. And it is a long trip made by Jackson Jones. But he completes the odyssey and gets the 3rd out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for the righty Hazlitt. He's able to end the half inning, but the Mingos get a couple of runs across as we are entering stretch time here from Forest City. Mingos down 7-5. More to come up next. You are listening to Flamingo Radio. The Flamingos making a good attempt to get back in this game. They get a couple more runs across in the top half of the 7th inning. It is now a 7-5 game here from Forest City in North Carolina. Kenyon Connor looking for a clean frame here, looking to keep it a 2-run deficit. Bottom 3rd of the order up for the Owls. Caden Norton leading things off. He had a hard-earned walk his last time up. Came on a full count. Also has an RBI triple on his resume here today. Again, Kenyon Connor remaining in the pitch. He's 23 pitches in. He kicks and fires home. And pitch number 24 is a swing and a miss. Fully nighttime here in Forest City. Had a nice looking sunset earlier, and now dark skies overlooking above. 0-1, a curveball that'll miss inside. 1-1 count to Norton. For Kenyon Connor making his 2nd appearance as a Flamingo. That one hit up into right field. That'll get down for a hit. Bloop single for Norton. His 2nd hit today. And back to Connor's first appearance coming against a very good Wilmington team. He was able to retire them 1, 2, 3. Able to pick up a strikeout as well. Now runner on first for him to deal with. No outs in the bottom of the 7th. And the second baseman, Tuggle, now up. Connor comes home. Tuggle squares around. It goes up in the air and will bounce foul. Count starts at 0-1 to the righty. The field here at McNair, it's very similar to Wilmington's field at Buck Hardy. Similar in the fact in that they're both grass infields, and neither of them have dirt base paths. So for anyone trying to drop a bunt down, the ball would die quicker than usual, and it's more friendly to do that. As that's a curveball that'll run too far inside. 1-1 count to Tuggle. Also, a few areas in the field that have been a little patchy when it comes to missing grass. As the 1-1 misses low and away. It's particularly noticeable on the right side of the infield. And in right field, almost right at the foul line. 2-1. That one chopped down the third baseline. Count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Was told before the game that there have been some pesky bugs that have been eating up the grass on the field. And you could tell what areas are most affected by that, but by and large, field's fine. It's not that big of a deal. 2-2, a slider, that'll miss low and away. The count will run full to Tuggle. You could see some patches on the field, but I don't think it's anything too out of the ordinary than we have seen in other stadiums in the CPL. Payoff pitch. That'll be fouled off towards the right side. Count will remain at 3-2. And the Flamingos better get used to it while playing here. Not that it's affected them. Not only for the rest of tonight's game, but they'll be back here Thursday evening. 3-2, roped down the third base line. That'll be a foul ball, though. Almost an opposite field hit for Tuggle. So he's trying to catch up to the heater. It's a longer at bat. Now 7 pitches in. Connor set for pitch number 8. Here it comes, and that will nip him. And that'll hit the batter and Tuggle. Breaking ball that did not quite break enough. Wasn't going to matter much, as that was going to be ball number 4. So you're kind of wearing it for a cause that didn't necessarily matter as much as usual. But it will get a couple of runners on for Forest City regardless. Eli Brum will come out of the Flamingo dugout. He'll make his motion towards the pen, and that will wrap up the day for Kenyon Connor. Got through an inning in a third. Gave up a couple of hits, and for now, 1 run, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout for the righty. He'll pass the pitching baton on to another Flamingo arm, and we'll get you him after this break. Bottom of the 7th inning, couple runners on. Flamingos down by 2. The new arm for the Flamingos is the lefty Caden Kaiser coming from the Citadel. Has thrown a couple of innings so far in this season, giving up 3 earned runs, just 1 hit, but that's because he has 6 walks on the season. Has a couple of strikeouts as well. He is looking to keep it within the zone with the 9-hole hitter, the third baseman for Forest City, Andrew Hill, now digging in. Runners on second and first. No outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Kaiser looking to get some outs quickly for the Flamingos. He comes home. Hill will square it down the third base line. Here's the throw. It's not going to be in time. Gibbs was tripped up on the grass as he threw it across the diamond. That'll bring 1 runner home. Another being waved around. Here's the throw to the plate, and it's not in time. A sac bunt turns into a couple of runs. Both Norton and Tuggle able to score, and it is a 9-5 game. That was one of the more improbable sac bunts you'll ever see. Well, I was mentioning the field earlier, and I'm not necessarily sure if it was the Patches that called it, but as the third baseman, Gibbs, came charging in to field the bunt, as that'll miss high. Tanner Britt now up. He also squared around on that first pitch, then pulled away. As Gibbs came crashing in from third, as the ball was making its way towards him, he received it, and as he was throwing to first, he tripped up. The grass monster got him, and the throw to the bag was way, way offline. 1-0 to Britt. That'll miss high. That easily, the throw allowed Norton to score from seconds. 2-0 misses high. Now a 3-0 count to Britt. Tuggle took a longer path coming from first. Eventually got the wave around from third. And the throw in from right field was almost right on time. As the 3-0 misses the zone, it'll be a 4-pitch walk to Britt. But as Tuggle was rounding third, making his way down the line, he's able to slide his hand in and hit the plate to secure the run. So it'll be the same situation that Kaiser got himself in to begin his relief outing. Runners on second and first, no outs. Jackson Jones now up, and the first one to him will miss the zone. Now 5 straight balls thrown by the lefty Kaiser. Again, control has been an issue for him this season. He's got to find the zone here. Now a 9-5 lead for Forest City. Here's the pitch, and Kaiser indeed does find it. That one a called strike. Now a 1-1 counts. Flamingos looking to keep it a 4-run deficit. 1-1 misses away. For Jones, he has walked once. He also has a couple of singles today. A 2-for-3 day for the Forest City center fielder. Facing a friendly count on the 2-1. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back. And from the Florence side of things, you just need to get one out here. You got to get something going defensively. Obviously, a ground ball, try to get a double play would be preferable. 2-2. That'll run high for ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. Caden Kaiser looking to find the zone here. Looking to avoid loading the bases full of outs. 3-2 coming. Kaiser set. He kicks and fires. The payoff pitch will miss a smidge outside for ball number 4. So that'll leave him loaded. It's back-to-back walks for Forest City. Bases loaded, no outs. It will be the first baseman, Blake Gaffney, looking to drive them home. Stowe Rogers coming out to the mound. Has a quick chat with the lefty. It's a situation where you just need outs if you're the Flamingos. See what the defensive strategy is. Kind of in between right now. Not playing completely in, but not back either. As the first one to Gaffney is called for a strike. Found the outer third of the zone. Schimmel, the first baseman, playing right at the edge between the dirt and the grass. Third baseman Gibbs playing about even with the bag. 0-1, that one chopped towards second. Onsback will field. Throw it to Belfonte at second for 1. The throw to first is in time for the double play. So Flamingos were looking for outs. They got 2 of them. They will give up a run, though, as Andrew Hill was able to score from the third. But the Flamingos are an out away from ending the inning.
Now batting number 21, the left fielder, Cruz Arnold.
Still a runner on third to deal with, though, and Tanner Britt. Cruz Arnold up. He will be looking to bring him home. Kaiser comes home, and that will miss high for a ball. Arnold 1 for 4 today. He had a single back in the third. 1-0. Again high. Couple of fastballs that missed the zone from the lefty. Kaiser originally from Columbus, Ohio. Set and deals. The 2-0 pitch. Again high. Not a tremendously large miss from Kaiser, but still a little high. Running towards the script Owls across the home team's chest. 3-0's a little lower, and that will be in the zone. Just got to stay there right now if you're the lefty. It was set again, a slightly open stance for him. He kicks and fires home. The 3-1 fouled straight back. Infield now completely back for the Flamingos. Trying to keep everything in front of them. Another payoff coming. Now 2 outs in the inning. Kaiser, here's the pitch, and it will miss high. They'll bring runners on the corners for Forest City. With their most dangerous hitter today, Jackson Lyda, about to dig in. Eli Brum coming out of the dugouts. The rest of the Flamingo infield in on the meeting as well. You have to be aware of how well Lyda has struck the ball today if you're Brum and the Flamingos. It's got to be a large reason for this discussion. I think they were asking for the rosin bag to be tossed out. Not sure why it wasn't out there to begin with, but good to see it back out there. And the rest of the infield will now have a quick chat with Kaiser. Give him some words of encouragement before bumping gloves as the meeting has concluded. Again, runners on first and third for Forest City. They have gotten 3 runs across in the half inning to take a 10-5 lead. But as the man that has produced the most for them today, Jackson Lyda, digging in. Couple of RBIs for him today, an RBI double in the third, an RBI single in the sixth. He has another double in the fifth inning as well. As Kaiser comes home, and the first pitch will be left outside in this lefty-lefty matchup. And the Flamingos just need 1 out. 1-0, taken for a strike. Kaiser looking to find the zone here. He is set. He kicks and fires. Runner takes off from first. No throw from Rogers, and the count will go to 2-1. Arnold cruising his way into second. Now a friendly 2-1 count for Lyda. Here's the pitch, and that's left outside. That one entering the right-handed batter's box. Now a 3-1 count. Kaiser looking to find the zone here. Here's the pitch, and he will miss. Low and away instead. That'll again load the bases. Eli Brum will come out of the dugout, and this will be it for Caden Kaiser. Got through 2/3. He was able to get the double play, but he'll leave the bases loaded after conceding 4 walks. And it'll be another arm in for the Mingos in this 10-5 game. More to come up next. The new arm for the Flamingos is the righty Gavin Holt, coming from Southern Wesleyan University. Just like the first baseman for the Flamingos, Ethan Schimmel. Holt looking to get out of the jam. Bases loaded. Plenty of traffic on the bases for Forest City. Holt looking to play patrolman and looking to end the inning. We'll be facing Yariel Diaz. Looking to retire him to keep it a 10-5 game. For Holt, he has had some issues with walks this season in his one appearance with the pink and white. Looking to keep it within the zone as he is facing the Forest City DH. The one appearance for Holt came a week ago against the Macon Bacon. Did not record it out. He had 4 walks. He finds the zone here, though. Strike number 1 to Diaz. He is hitless today, but he was hit by a pitch his first time up. Since then, a strikeout, a fly out, and a line out. 0-1 from Holtz, and that will miss high. Brings the count to a ball and a strike. Obviously, pressure is on for Holtz. 1-1, a wave and a miss. Certainly don't want to underestimate the pressure that pitchers have when the bases are loaded, knowing you have to find the zone. But you can't give up the big hit either. As the 1-2 will run upstairs. Holtz putting his all into that last pitch. The last two deals from him, his hat has come off. Now he'll call time and he'll drop to a knee to tie his right shoe. Two balls, two strikes, two outs in the inning. Bases loaded. Forest City up 10-5 in this one. Holt dealing from the stretch. He's on the first base side of the rubber. His feet close together. He kicks and fires the 2-2. That one hit towards Belfonte at short. He'll underhand it to second. It's not in time. To the first is in time, though. What a heads-up play from the second baseman, Cooper Ansbach. Knowing that the runner was going to be safe at second, Diaz was not hustling up the line. He threw it to first, and it was in time to get out the runner. A 6-4-3 for one out. Not often that you see that, but a nice play from the Flamingos defensively. It is a 10-5 game as we enter inning number 8, which is coming up next here on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. You are listening to Flamingo Radio. Top of the 8th inning, Mingo's down 10-5. Stowe Rogers will be leading things off. Dalton Hazlitt remaining in to pitch for Forest City. Ready from the windup. An open stance on the first base side of the rubber. He comes home and it's taken for strike number 1. For Rogers, he had a sac fly into right field his last time up. Looking to get on with the Mingos down by 5. 0-1. Curveball, left high and in. 1-1 count. Bases empty, top of the 8th inning. No outs. Take one last look across the CPL scoreboard. We'll do it quickly after this pitch, which is fouled off behind home. 1-2 count to Rogers. Martinsville up 5-2 against the Ashboro Zookeepers. Top of the 9th in that one. Now help out some other teams in the Western Division, one of them being the Macon Bacon. Up 9-3 over Lexington County in the top of the 7th. As the 1-2 is called for strike 3. Stowe Rogers punched out on strikes. 1 up, 1 down to begin inning number 8. Again, Macon up 9-3 over Lexington County in the top of the 7th. The Peninsula Pilots able to take the lead against the Morehead City Marlins, 5-1 in that one, top of the 8th inning. The HP Thomasville High Toms, first pitch is low to Gibbs. High Toms up 9-2 over the Boone Bigfoots in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Holly Springs Salamanders and Greenville Yard Gnomes still have not started. Guessing that one got washed out. That one fouled off, 1-1 to Gibbs. Obviously in this one, a 10-5 lead for Forest City. As that one is again fouled off. Now a 1 and 2 strike count. Base is empty, 1 out. Waiting on the 1-2 from Hazlitt. And that one will be grounded past the third baseman and away from the glove of the shortstop, Lyda. It'll just be a single for Gibbs. As it initially got away from Andrew Hill, it was hit deep into the 5-6 hole. Hill couldn't get to it at the hot corner. Lyda backing him up, tried a backhanded attempt to get it. As the ball came into his glove, it flew away. It was approaching the left field line, but did not go deep enough for Gibbs to think about making it to second. So he will remain at first. Belfonte now up, 1 out in the inning. And that one called for a strike. Belfonte today, 1 for 3. Had a single his first time up. A fly out and a strikeout since then. The pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. Belfonte tried to golf it out. Instead, the count rolled to no balls and 2 strikes. Hazlitt set up in a very similar manner to how he was set up in the windup when the bases were empty. Obviously, with a runner on, you're not going to throw from the windup, though. His back foot is on the right edge of the rubber as the 0-2 is taken outside. And his front foot, his left foot, is pretty open. I don't even know if half of his back foot's even on the rubber. As the 1-2 comes in, that'll be blocked up. Two balls and 2 strikes. 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Cole Belfonte again the batter for the Flamingos. Florence has scored in back-to-back innings. They've gotten 2 runs across in the 6th and 7th. Looking to play add-on here as that is chopped towards second. Reeled in by Tuggle. He flips it to Lyda for 1, and the throw to first is caught by Gaffney, and it is in time for out number 3. A 4-6-3 double play will end the top of the 8th. It is still a 10-5 lead for Forest City. More to come up next. You're listening to CPL Baseball on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network.
You are listening to Flamingo Radio.
Just as he started off the last inning, Cade Norton will be digging in to lead off the bottom of the 8th here from Forest City. The Owls out to a 10-5 lead here at home, looking to improve here at McNair Field. They're currently 11-8 on home games this season for the Flamingos. They have very much struggled on the road this year, 3-15 in games away from Carolina Bank Field. In CPL games, they're riding a 7-game losing streak. They're going to have to dig out of a hole in the top of the 9th to try to end that. How big of a hole will it be? That is the question that's coming up here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Again, currently a 10-5 game for a City out in front. Cade Norton up for the 5th time. 2 for 3 today. Again, RBI single. He had an RBI triple, pardon me. He had a single his last time up. Gavin Holt remaining in the pitch. He gets a wave and a miss. Count starts at 0-1. Again, the ball cap of Holt came flying off after the pitch. That has been the case for almost every single ball that he has thrown so far tonight. 0-1. That one a curveball. It's called for a strike. Again, hat off, but strike gained for the righty. Looking to finish off the job here. He's up 0-2. Norton looking to protect. Hold again set. He kicks and fires. That one dribbled back to the pitcher's mound. He will underhand it to first. His Southern Wesleyan teammate and Ethan Schimmel. One up, one down.
Now batting the second baseman, number 1, Reggie Tuggle.
Reggie Tuggle will now dig in. He's been hit by a couple pitches today. 2 hit by pitches, 2 walks. Home plate umpire making his way out to the pitcher's mound, delivering a new ball and whispering something to the dealer and Holt. Wonder if it deals with his hat flying off after every pitch. I just couldn't imagine doing that as a pitcher. That would annoy the crap out of me. I'd ask for a new hat like immediately. First one a curveball. That's left high and in. Again, Reggie Tuggle, the current batter for Forest City, coming from North Carolina A&T. Yet to record an at-bat. As the 1-0 misses high. Delay on the field as Holt was making his way to the back end of the pitcher's mound to put his hat on once again. Take a mental reset for himself as the 2-0 comes in. And it misses inside. 3 balls and no strikes to Tuggle. Sorry about that. Not sure what happened there. 3-0 pitch. That one hit. That's grounded through. That one split Gibbs and Belfonte on the left side of the infield. It's the first hit today for Tuggle. He's now 1 for 1 on the day. It's his 5th time getting on.
Number 12, Andrew Hill.
Holt will try and induce a ground ball here with Andrew Hill up. Was coming from East Tennessee State University, the Buccaneers. Got on via an errors last time up. It brought in a couple of runs on a originally sack bunt attempt. It was one that he bunted down the third base line. And as the third baseman Gibbs came crashing in when he fielded the ball, he was thrown to first and he got tripped up. First one from Holt will be left low and away. So Hill brought in a couple of runs off of that. He also brought in a couple runs his first time up. He had a 2-run double back in the second. That got the scoring started for Forest City. 1-0. That one a fastball. It's called for a strike. Still no wind at McNair Field here in Forest City, North Carolina. Runner takes off. That one a hit. It's fielded by third baseman Gibbs. He'll throw it to first. It's in time for the out. Here's a throw back to third from the first baseman Schimmel. It'll bounce away past Belfonte, and that will allow the runner to score in Tuggle. The second error today for the Flamingos. That one coming from the first baseman, Ethan Schimmel. After the third baseman, Gibbs, fielded it to his left. No play to be made at second as Tuggle was going on the pitch. So he did not throw it to the bag. He threw it across the diamond to first instead, and it was in time. Tuggle did not lose a step as he rounded second and made his way into third. Schimmel tried to gun him down, but it bounced away to Belfonte, or from Belfonte, who was making his way from short to cover up the bag. He gets away from him, and it is now an 11-5 lead for Forest City. The leadoff man, Tanner Britt, now up. First one from Holt, left upstairs. Bouncing by the catcher, Rogers. Bouncing out of his glove. Now curveball, and that's called for a strike. And 2 errors today for the Flamingos. There's been some other plays today that aren't errors, as the 1-1 misses high and in. Britt ducking down to avoid getting hit. But a few other plays that weren't errors by the Flamingo defense, but costly plays for them. 2-1, a swing and a miss. Nice slider from Holtz. He has evened it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Flamingos now down 11-5. Here's the pitch. And that one is fouled off behind home plate. Britt, one of a couple Owls, or 3 actually, that have not gotten a hit today. He got on once. He walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that one, a slider, just misses outside. And that'll bring the count full. Every single Owl has gone on at least once, though. A trio of them have gone hitless, including Britt. Here's the 3-2. Now be left in the dirt for a walk. The second straight for the right fielder. There'll be a runner on first for Jackson Jones, the center fielder. Jones also with a couple walks today. Came his last 2 times up. He also has a couple singles. Those came his first 2 times up. Lefty set. He's ready to roll. Here's the pitch. That one will be lined into right field. Gaz drifting back. He is into the gap. He will receive the ball and fire it back into the infield. Runner being waved around in Britt. Here's the relay attempt. Here's the tag, and it's not in time. Tanner Britt able to go first to home. It's an RBI double for Jackson Jones. It's the second run for Forest City in the inning. It is a 12-5 game. Some of the Flamingos are making the case that the tag was in time at home. To be completely honest, I agree with their arguments. but it is going to be an unsuccessful one. It was a very good relay from the Flamingos defense. Coming in from right field. It was a nice throw on the cut to the catcher, Rogers. It, in my mind, surely looked like he was able to get the tag down to Britt in time before he touched home plate. But not in the eyes of the home plate umpire. He'll bring in another run for the Owls. Blake Gaffney now up, and that'll miss the zone. Gaffney, another one of the Owls that has not gotten a hit so far today, as the count goes to 2-0. Well, listed on iSquare, it says that he did. Must have been in the third inning. 2-0. Now missed the zone. Getting by the catcher, Rogers. Jones will make his way into third. Thought that would have been a fielder's choice back in the third inning for Gaffney, but they're going to rule it a single, so. Now a couple of Owls that have not gotten a hit today. 3-0 for Gaffney. Holt looking to find the zone, and he will miss low. It'll be a 4-pitch walk instead.
Now pinch hitting for the Florida City Owls, number 20, Corey Hoderine.
There'll be a couple of runners on. It'll be Corey Hoderine now in the game. He's coming for Cruz Arnold. Coming from Eckert. Senior standing in at 6 foot, 175 pounds. Coming from Lando Lakes, Florida.
Batting for the Owls, number 20, Corey Hoderine.
Was Cruz Arnold batting in this position. Now the lefty Hoderine is. First AB for him today. Looking to drive in some more runners for Forest City. Holt set. He comes home. Now miss outside and high. One more righty warming up in the Flamingos bullpen. Holt looking to get one more out here. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on the corners. Holt comes home. That's fouled off behind home. Hoderine just missing that. Now 1-1 coming from the righty Holt. As that's fired in, that's grounded towards second. Ansbach will field it. He fires it to first in time for out number 3. Forest City gets a couple more runners across. They take a 12-5 lead as we enter the top of the 9th inning. Mingo's trying to get a rally going. Top of the 9th coming up next on the Florence Flamingos Broadcast Network. It's all brought to you by the South Carolina Peanut Board. Top of the ninth, Forest City up 12-5 in this one. They have really gotten things going in the last few innings. They've scored in 6 of the 8 frames offensively throughout this game. Flamingos looking to get something started with Tyler Vespi digging in. He will spin that one down the first baseline, that one hitting the end of his bat. Dalton Hazlitt remaining in to pitch for Forest City. 0-1, and that'll be left high. It was really since the 6th inning when the Flamingos were, or the 7th, pardon me, when they were able to make this a 2-run game. It was 7-5, and the pink and white were starting to build some momentum. They just needed to get Forest City off of the bases and prevent them from scoring, as the 2-1 is swung on and missed. But since then, the Owls have been able to respond. They got 3 across in the bottom of the 7th, and then 2 more in the 8th to extend their lead to 12-5. 2-2. That one tipped into the glove of Norton, and that will be an opening strikeout for Hazlitt. 1 out in the top of the 9th. Cooper Onsbach now digging in.
Number 33, the second baseman, Cooper Ansbach.
On the day for the pitching side for the pink and white, gave up 11 walks. As the count will start at 1-0 to Ansbach. A few hit by pitches as well, as the 1-0 is swung on and missed. And 3 hit by pitches total. So 14 free passes allowed by the Flamingo pitching staff. As the 1-1 will run high and in. I think the catcher's mitt broke there for Norton. Immediately got up after the pitch and was starting to wave around his mitt. Saw something hanging from it. I think the pocket broke.
Fans, there is a correction. We like to thank the Booster Club for the post.
At least that's what it looked like from up here behind home plate. Don't see that every day. Mr. Norton will get himself a new mitt and settle back in behind the dish. He receives it from Hazlitt, and it's called for a strike. Now a 2-2 count to the Flamingo second baseman. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hazlitt comes home and gets a swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Dalton Hazlitt. And out away from it, clinching a 12-5 victory for Forest City.
The center fielder,
Davis DeRico looking to continue the game for the Flamingos. Again, a game with 14 free passes from the pitching staff. And a game in which you score 5 runs as the first pitch is in for a strike. Not saying that you're always going to win if you get 5 across, but if you give up 14 free passes, you're just not giving yourself much of a chance at all. As the 0-1 misses. And unfortunately, that's been the case in many games this season. 1-1. That one hit, and that will get through past a diving shortstop in Lida. It's a first hit today for Davis DeRico. He gets on for the second time after grounding one into the 6th hole. Good job from the California kid coming from UC Irvine. Able to get one past the infield. And through for a hit. still playing hard here in the 9th inning. Josh Williams up, and Hazlitt comes into him. That one will run inside, nearly hitting the lefty. Into the backstop it goes. DeRico will take second. But it's back to my earlier point. The Flamingos pitching staff by far leading the CPL in walks allowed with 260 coming into tonight. Now at 271. As that one is low, and once again we'll skip by the catcher Norton. DeRico will now take third. And it's a 2-0 count to Williams. And a walks per 9 of 7.86 for the Flamingos coming into tonight. Not sure what that will be after tonight's game, but it will increase. It's just tough to win games when that is a consistent issue. They have been able to put together some good ABs today, though. Josh Williams looking for another here, as the 2-0 was called for a strike. Williams does have a single today. He's gotten on in each of his 4 times up. Here's the pitch. That one fouled away. And the Owls are a strike away from clinching this 12-5 win. Williams waving around in the left-handed batter's box. 2-2 coming from Hazlitt. And that will be away from the catcher Norton. It went in and out of his glove. DeRico remaining at third. And now a 3-2 count to Williams. Again for Norton, he's using a new catcher's mitt. The one that he was using, I'm assuming is his own, broke earlier on this half inning. 3-2 pitch, and that will be taken for ball 4. Hard-earned walk for J-Dub. Couple of good ABs for the Flamingos down to their last out. Ethan Schimmel will look to bring a runner home here in the top of the 9th inning. Tough start for Schimmel today, but he's been able to recover nicely. Started with a couple of strikeouts, then a double and an RBI single. Looking for another positive at-bat here, as Hazlitt misses the zone. The count will start at 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Here it is. That one, a wave and a miss for strike number 1. You wonder, how much, personal pride you might have as a hitter in not being the last guy out. 1-1. That one grounded towards third. It's fielded by Hill. He'll throw it to first, and it's in time for out number 3. That is how tonight's game will end. Mingos will drop this one 12-5, as their losing streak will now extend to 8 straight CPL games in which the Flamingos have dropped. They will go to 11-27 on the season. For Forest City, they will go to 21-17. They will keep themselves in position to make the Pettit Cup playoffs, currently holding the 3rd and final spot on the western side of things. Get you the final totals for each of the squads today, beginning with the Flamingos. They get 5 runs across off of 9 hits, made 2 errors, and they left 7 men on base. For the Forest City Owls, they score 12 off of 12 hits. No errors, they left 13 runners on. Cooper Sane will pick up the win in his last appearance as a Forest City Owls. Again, This is his 4th season here, and he was able to end it all on a pretty high note. That was certainly a good scene for him today. B.J. Etheridge will pick up the loss for the Flamingos. No save in tonight's game. Tonight's game started at 6:37 Eastern Time. We ended at 10:05. A little bit of a later game here tonight, this Monday evening from Forest City, North Carolina. Up next for the Flamingos, they'll have the league-wide off day tomorrow and then take on the Macon Bacon at home back at Carolina Bank Field Wednesday night. For Forest City, again, they have some big games ahead of them as they're trying to keep pace with everyone making the Pettit Cup playoffs. Up next for Forest City, again, they'll be off tomorrow. They will head to the Fishbowl to take on the Lexington County Blowfish, a team behind them in the standings but still lurking around in the playoff picture. And that game will be Wednesday evening. These teams will be back in action Thursday night here at McNair Field for the 4th and final meeting between the Flamingos and the Owls. But our next broadcast will be Wednesday night as the Mingos take on the Macon Bacon. That'll be at home. You can catch that one on Home Team Network starting at 6:45 Eastern Time. We'll be live on Star 97.1 at 6:55 as well. Our next away broadcast will be right here in Forest City. Again, Thursday night. We'll be on at 6:30 for that one. As for now, this is Bryan Miller signing off from Forest City, North Carolina. Hope you all have a great rest of your Monday evening. And as always, go Mingos.